Why are we giving money to the community? What for?
To make them shareholders.
They're shareholders? And what else?
The owners of the natural resources which...
The owners of the natural resources?
And they are a part of ensuring that our natural resources continue to be a benefit to us and available to us, and that kind of, they're a part of that process.
So it's about looking after natural resources?
Not looking after
And
wildlife, our trees, all of those things.
And what happens if money goes missing and is not accounted for here? What do we do?
And that means that the natural resources are not belonging to me. So I have nothing to take care of.
So we have to help the village get organized to manage its money properly. Is that not right? So we can use role plays that are actually better than, especially when people can't read.
It makes it easy when you're telling a story. Really just telling a story, you visualize, you paint a picture in people's head. Starting off with, the wildlife as well as the reserve. We're all residents in the reserve, there's wildlife that we all need to take care of, and by having this wildlife, Luwiri is able to then have people that come and hunt, and they pay money. Some of this money then goes to Anak, and then some of it goes to Kojemo and so on. But then what we have seen is that some of the money, or very little money, trickles through to the community, but doesn't come at all. So now Luwiri wants to come in and provide some of that money directly into the community. And then you do the whole role play thing. But then it really helps when you're painting a picture that people can relate to and are putting themselves into that scenario. They can really paint, oh, okay, we are part of this reserve. Oh, this wildlife that we see on a daily basis and interact. This is how it works. Oh yes, we see hunters going around and shooting and so on. And then they are picturing and being part of that process and starting to visualize the importance of actually retaining and or taking care of this wildlife. And then you can also go to the extent of, if it's not taken care of, very few people will come, there's going to be no hunting, and. But it's just, once you sort of have a visual interpretation yourself, because you know the process, and you're telling a story, you are taking the community on this journey.
To Americans and Germans, they come and hunt here. We create jobs, there's 120 people working here, and the hunters pay Derek all this money. Okay, but at the end of the year, Derek has to pay quite a lot of that money to the government. So who's the government? This is Anak. So the money goes to Anak. So we pay the money to Anak. Now what happens to the money? Where does it go? Does it come to you guys?
No, it has to go to the National Treasury.
It goes to Treasury. Does anything come back here?
Just a little.
How much?
To the community, 16%.
16% comes back to who?
To the community.
Who's the community?
Kojemo.
So we get 50% to the Kojemo.
16 or 15?
16. Now, does that help you guys?
We as a community members, no, it doesn't help us much.
Okay, so who's he wants to be a community member? So is he benefiting a lot or a little bit?
Well, he looks skinny.
So what we want to do is, and we're not going to change that system. We're going to keep that system. But what Derek's agreed to do is to take Luwiri to take $40,000 and make sure it comes directly to the community. So if you look here, you can see Derek's hunting money goes to the government, including Anak. Some goes to Treasury, 20% comes back, 16% really.
Yeah.
It goes to the Kojemo. What we want now is Derek wants the money to come, Luwiri wants the money to come back to every individual in every village. So we're going to change the system like that. The money still stays, who's Kojemo? You Kojemo. The money still stays at Kojemo,
Yeah.
but this money is coming to, what's the village called? Manyoni.
Nano mweva Kojemo piku kataka mbia pala haya la yaje nuji kutijulikana. Tukweta chinji yetu la kutoka ilambo ine ya kuuza limwachile banya wacha jinji baba lelo. Banya wala nombecha tupeje mbia utepa nkatutaiji chile bandu nkutama na wowo. Tano jino wakuti walumile mkui wona ipalile.
we're going to talk about the rules you have to follow to use this money. So this money, we try to treat it exactly the same as money from cattle, or they don't have cattle, but crops and so on. So this money belongs to them. And they can use it exactly how they want to use it. Except for one thing. We all work together, don't we? Rogers, come here. So Rogers is going to be a fence. So everybody puts a little bit of money here. And they each put a little bit of money, but everybody has to do exactly the same. And we use it to build a fence. Or a school. Or something like that.
Clinic.
Or clinic. But everyone must decide together, because the decision that one person makes must apply to everybody.
Our project is for 50 meticas, so we have to make sums how much money we need to contribute to each individual to make that project happen. Then after we have agreed is when now we come to distribution of money.
How effective is this talking? Is it better to act or to talk?
For me, I consider talking can be very effective if you do it with clarity.
Clarity.
And because yet we do not have a very good illustrative model of how to do the demonstration physically. So perhaps if you can do it in Portuguese with clarity.
The way the budget works is you start off with everybody having so much cash. But then we have to look through the various projects you want and decide which ones you want to fund. And obviously if you fund a project, you can't have cash. Now we start to say, what projects do you guys think so important? So then we write a borehole. How much does a borehole cost, do you know?
Can be 5,000 US dollars.
So $5,000. How much money we've got?
3,000.
3,000. How much per person is a borehole? So 5,000 divided by, we say it's maybe 150. Okay, so he says borehole. Who says the next project? And we maybe put a page and we draw pictures and do the borehole. And we don't rush that. If they take the whole week, that's okay. And if we want to send someone to help them facilitate, that's okay.
É assim, vamos fazer o seguinte,
Essas são propostas.
nós vamos deixar essa conversa para a comunidade decidir. A comunidade vai decidir o que querem fazer com o dinheiro. Eu amanhã volto para marcar dia para o próximo encontro.